All right. Athlete of the Week, holiday happenings, and a behind-the-scenes look at PNN.
All that and more coming up on Pirate Nation News.
Good morning, Pirates, and welcome to this week's edition of Pirate Nation News. My name is Kendra Lutz, and this is Billy Miller.
Thanks for having me, Kendra. I can't believe it's the holiday season.
I know, time flies. Perry High School students have been working hard to spread that cheer throughout the community.
The Buccaneers, the high school show choir, hosted a senior luncheon Tuesday where the seniors, the Perry High School Center, came to enjoy lunch and a special holiday performance.
I spoke with Mrs. Singer, the group's director, about the event.
Senior Citizens Luncheon's been a tradition for years and years at Perry. It's a really nice gesture between the school and the senior center. It gives the senior citizens a chance to interact with the high school kids. It gives the high school kids a chance to interact with senior citizens, to do some service hours, to volunteer, and to spread a little bit of holiday cheer. We do our fall show, which we've been working on since July, but we also throw in some holiday music. We do about 25 minutes worth of carols, Christmas music, winter music. So they get not only the fall show with the singing and the dancing, but they also get a little bit of early holiday music, a little Christmas cheer to start the season off right.
The Bucks also performed 2 shows for the elementary school, and fun was had by all.
You too can see the Bucks tonight in Kirtland, where they will carol at the Church of Latter-day Saints Nativity exhibit at 7 p.m.
As you may know, the famous men's a cappella group Straight No Chaser recently made a quick stop to rehearse for their upcoming nation tour. I had a chance to sit down with 2 guys and talk. How exactly did you go from a college a cappella choir to a famous musical group?
Yeah, so the whole story is we all sang together in college and we had a reunion. The group started in 1996 at IU. In 2006, one of the guys in Straight No Chaser, Randy, he had a video from 1998. I'm throwing a lot of dates out there. He had a video from 1998. He put it up on YouTube, which in 2006 was kind of, it's not trafficked the way it is now, and it certainly wasn't used to promote music. It was just kind of, cats playing pianos and, silly stuff like that. The kind of stuff that Ryan loves.
Love it.
Anyway, Randy puts a video up on YouTube, just kind of for us to look at as we're going into this reunion. And somehow, it's 12 days of Christmas, and it was December 2007, right? That it just went crazy. I got emails from people that didn't know I had anything to do with the group that were like, hey, check out this cool video. And I'm like, yeah, I've seen that before. It just was one of those things that, the infancy of YouTube, it just went crazy and got something like, 7 million hits in that December.
And blew up.
Now, that doesn't sound like that many, but back in 2006, it was pretty nuts. And one of the people that saw it was the CEO of Atlantic Records, and he called up Randy. And that's kind of how it all then snowballed into this.
It's crazy how now, record labels are almost having the artists that already have a fan base developed because of YouTube just kind of given to them like, okay, who should we sign? Let's go to YouTube and check out,
Yeah.
So, there's two different sides to that coin.
We invented that. That was us.
But I mean, look at, Justin Bieber got founded that way, Colby Calais. I mean, a lot of those artists, I know the Gangnam Style song that's really popular now is now, #1 on iTunes because of a video that was up on YouTube. So it's totally revolutionized the way the music industry has worked, and we just happen to be on kind of the cutting edge of that without really even wanting to, and here it is.
So for all those artists, you're welcome.
Yeah.
How did you come up with the name Straight No Chaser?
The name Straight No Chaser is from a Thelonious Monk jazz song from I think like the 60s or something, back maybe even earlier.
Sure, man.
But the group, when it got formed at Indiana University in 1996, was looking for a cool name that basically kind of fit the college mentality, but also described the whole a cappella sound. So Straight No Chaser, meaning what you hear on stage is what you get. There's no band, there's no tracks that we sing along with. It's just 10 pure voices.
How did you end up at Perry High School rehearsing?
Is that where we are?
We're in Perry.
Bus dropped me off.
Yeah, sometimes when you live on a bus for 9 months out of the year, you don't really know where you are. Our tour manager, Richard Corby, is from Burton, Ohio, nearby. And he had a connection here with the high school, and we set up for our tech rehearsals before a tour in like a city in like Nashville, where there's a big old sound stage where we set everything up. And we've got kind of a smaller stage for this tour than we have in the past. So Richard, through his connections, I mean, we're here in this amazing auditorium. Like, this is 10 times better than what I had in high school.
Your high school's terrible.
Yeah. So it's pretty amazing, you know, that the students here at Perry High School have this at their disposal. Like, it's awesome.
Where are you going on this tour?
We're going to, we're covering a lot of the country. We're going to Vermont, a bunch of places in the Northeast, a couple shows in New York. We're doing Cleveland. We have 2 shows in Cleveland. We're playing in Indianapolis, in Chicago, in Nashville, in San Diego, and Los Angeles. A couple places in Pennsylvania, Erie, Pennsylvania, which is not too far from here.
What's your favorite song to perform?
We usually, well, actually we don't always do this, but I would say more often than not, we close after our final closer and encore, if we get an encore. We'll do an off-mic song at the front of the stage. And that kind of is just very special for us because it reminds us of how we started out, where we didn't have microphones or matching suits or anything, or like a big stage with lights and all that.
How does it feel to be famous?
We'll let you know when it happens.
No. I'll ask my friend Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah.
Straight No Chaser will perform at the State Theater at Playhouse Square in Cleveland, December 16th at 3 and 7:30 p.m. You can buy tickets online at playhousesquare.org.
Perry Service Learning students are hosting their annual Hope for the Holidays food drive December 7th through the 14th to supply needed food and household items and funds for the Perry Center. Here's Ashley with the story.
December 7th through December 14th, PSL will be holding their 8th annual Hope for the Holidays food drive. If you have any boxed or canned goods that you would like to donate, each classroom will have a box that you could place each item in. Also, on December 8th, if you come to the Perry boys varsity game versus Kenston and bring 2 items that PSL could use for this food drive, you could gain free entry into the game. So come to the game and show your support.
Don't forget to bring in your items next week to your second block class or the high school or CFC offices. The class plans on making a Christmas tree out of all the cans as they are received.
Let's see what your weather's going to look like for the upcoming week with Kayla.
Thanks, Billy. Here's your 7-day forecast, Pirates. Get your rain jackets and snow boots out. It's going to be a rough one. Rain this weekend with highs of 48 degrees and a chance of snow on Tuesday with a low of 28 degrees, and it's going to be warm up through Friday. Here's Emily with the sports.
Good morning, Pirate Nation. Starting this week, we will highlight one Pirate athlete each week. Anthony Kuipert, varsity basketball junior, was nominated by his coaches.
Okay, we are choosing Anthony Kuipert to nominate as the athlete of the week for the Perry boys basketball program. We chose him based on his performance last night at Riverside. Riverside is a team that will full court press for the entire game for all 32 minutes. They are extremely aggressive, intense, and really get after it defensively. And you need a point guard out there who can handle the pressure and get your team into offense and kind of run the show and be the captain of the ship out there. And Anthony did a great job. He was 8 for 11 from the field, which is an extremely high percentage, 16 total points. But more importantly, he was able to keep us calm and keep Riverside from ever gaining any real momentum based off of turnovers because he was able to handle their press and get us into our offense. He got his teammates involved. He took care of the basketball and was able to keep us calm in a very hostile, high-energy type of environment.
I was able to catch up with Anthony this past week to talk with him about what happens on and off the court.
I've been playing 12 years. The attention of the crowd gets me pumped up and ready to play, and I like it. It gets me pumped up. My favorite part is making cool passes and winning. On my free time, I like to play Xbox or just sleep and practice basketball. My favorite movie is probably Hills Have Eyes. My favorite food, spaghetti. My favorite song is probably anything from Wiz Khalifa.
Great job, Anthony. The past few weeks, the wrestlers have been working hard, and their hard work really paid off by defeating Madison 39-26. Let's see how they are getting ready for their first big tournament in Independence this weekend. The swim team, unfortunately, lost their first meet against Chagrin last Saturday, but tonight they're hoping to get their first victory against Madison. Good luck tonight, swimmers. The girls' basketball team takes on Aurora tonight at 7:30 in Aurora, and the boys' basketball team plays Kenston at 7:30 at home. Now let's go back to Kendra for a few last-minute announcements.
Thanks, Emily. We have our latest Scruples tip of the week. Click through the privacy setting on all of your social networks and make adjustments to keep the wrong people from seeing what you share online. For instance, it wouldn't be good for Miss Piggy to read that you ate bacon this morning, or your sister to know you borrowed her favorite shoes. Our weather girl, Kayla Koss, is here to share with you another tip this week.
Are you aware that everything you do online is being tracked? Companies like Google, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram are building massive databases of you and your online activity and indexing everything they can find about you. These digital stalkers compile everything you post and every website you visit. And there is no such thing as an anonymous tweet or post. Hiding your name does not hide your IP address. An IP address is a tracking number assigned to every device that is connected to the internet. Because these massive databases collect and store all your online activity, new companies have started trolling for information in order to find offensive and inappropriate posts and tweets, mostly done by teens. For example, after the recent presidential election, a trolling company called Jezebel found tweets about President Obama that were racially offensive. The company publicly outed the group of teens, causing the story to go viral. So remember, your online reputation matters. There's no such thing as deleting or taking back the tweets and posts that you put out there. Think before you tweet.
Finally, we've got an exclusive look at exactly what our team does every week to make the magic of Pirate Nation news. Here's a behind-the-scenes exclusive.
Thanks for watching, Pirates. Be sure to get out this weekend and support all the pirate activities. There's a lot going on, so go show your pride.
And with that said, have a great weekend and go Pirates!